So, welcome back. So, very good morning. So, I welcome all of you for this interesting zoology session. So, in the previous sessions up to the gastric glands, the digestive glands up to the gastric glands we completed. So, this class we are going to discuss the rest of the digestive glands. So, this session we are going to discuss the liver, pancreas and the intestinal glands we are going to discuss. Yes, the first one is the liver. So, which is the largest exocrine gland, the largest gland in our body. So, MCQ point of view important, the largest gland and which is situated, where it is situated. So, in the abdominal region, that abdomen just below the diaphragm and upper right side, this region. Okay, the upper right side of the abdominal cavity, which is located, location, upper right side of the abdominal cavity, just below the diaphragm. The diaphragm, you know, a muscle wall that separates the thoracic cavity and body cavity is called diaphragm. A membrane. Okay, that's all. Just below the diaphragm. Okay, that abdominal cavity, that upper right side, which is located and which is divided into two major lobes. See here, so that is this right and left lobe, which is divided into two major lobes, namely, okay, this is, see here, this is the right and, okay, the right and left lobes, and also that right and left further divided into many minor lobes. நீங்கள் நார்மலாக அந்த மட்டன் சிக்கன் ஷாப் போனீங்கன்னா தெரியும், அப்படியே வந்து அது அப்படியே தட் இஸ் டிவைட் ஆகிருக்கும், அப்படியே கிழிஞ்சிருக்க மாதிரி அங்கங்கே அப்படியே இருக்கும், தட் இஸ் செப்பரேட் ஆகிருக்கும். ஈச் ஃபர்தர் அப்படியே வந்து கட் ஆகிருக்கும், தட் இஸ் லோப்ஸ். ஸோ ரைட் அண்ட் லெஃப்ட் ஃபர்தர் டிவைடட் இன்டு தட் இஸ் மைனர் லோப்ஸ், மேஜர், லார்ஜ், மைனர், அதர் ஸ்மால். Okay, two major and other that is small lobes, that is minor lobes. The largest, the largest gland, and so listen, each lobe further divided into lobules. Each lobe further divided into lobules, that is hepatic lobules. Now, how you can understand this for your easy understanding? So, I will give the example, that is take the cauliflower பெருசாக இருக்கும். Okay, அதான் liver அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், cauliflower. That cauliflower is made up of many small units, சின்ன that is ஒரு units இருக்கும், சின்ன rounded structures சேர்ந்து தான், that is one large cauliflower. Similarly here, so that each lobe which is further divided into many lobules, that is hepatic lobules. So that lobules which are the functional unit that are made up of hepatic cells that secretes the bile juice, right? So each that lobules which are surrounded by, protected by a sheath, it is called so Glissen's capsule. That is very important, one more question. Okay, that is each that hepatic lobules, so which are surrounded by, see, listen, so this is many lobules are there, many lobules, hepatic lobules, each lobe which is further divided into hepatic that is lobules, which surrounded by, which is protected by, that is a protective, that is the covering, that is a capsule, that is called so Glissen's capsule. This is important, one mark point of view, right? It's a Glissen's capsule, that each lobule which is surrounded by, the, okay, so Glissen's capsule, very important MCQ. And I said, that hepatic cells of the liver that secrete the bile juice, that secretion produced by the liver is called bile juice, right? Bile juice, and the bile juice is temporarily stored and concentrated in the gallbladder. Okay, this greenish that balloon-like structure, that's gallbladder, where the the secretion which are stored temporarily and concentrated. Okay, concentrated. And what are the ducts which are so connected? What are the ducts which are associated? This is very important. See, you know, this is the so this is liver. This is liver. Okay, this is liver that secrete the bile juice. So listen carefully. So that bile juice secreted by the liver or the that is taken by a pair of duct, two ducts, namely that is hepatic duct. So this is called hepatic duct, two hepatic duct which carry the bile juice. So that two ducts, that hepatic ducts join and form a common hepatic duct. Very important. The two hepatic duct which carry the secretion unite, join and form a single duct, that is called a common hepatic duct. Common hepatic duct. See, listen here. You know, this is the that gallbladder. This is the gallbladder, and another a duct. So which connects the what is this? This gallbladder and the common hepatic duct. The gallbladder and the common hepatic duct. So this, okay, the gallbladder and the common hepatic duct is called cystic duct. This is very important. So this is, see here, from gallbladder to this common hepatic duct, which connects these two by a short duct, that is called a cystic duct. This is a cystic duct. Okay. Cystic duct. Now, both the cystic and the common unite and form the, once again, it's two unite and form a single duct, that is called a common bile duct. That is common bile duct. Common bile duct. See, this common bile duct, the common bile duct which is joins with the hepatic duct. See, the that is what is that? Sorry, that pancreatic duct. This common bile duct, so which joins with the pancreatic duct. See, this is the pancreas. This is the pancreas. So another exocrine gland, pancreas. So that secretion, that the pancreatic juice are carried by the pancreatic duct. See here. So here that pancreatic duct and common bile duct is both unite and form the common duct. The common duct, that is called hepatopancreatic duct. Are you clear? Please don't get confused. See, this common bile duct that joins with the pancreatic duct. Pancreas is the another gland which is located below the stomach, leaf shaped gland. So see here, that yellowish. So that joins with the what is this? Pancreatic duct. Both join and form a common duct. So that joins, that opens into the U-shaped duodenum. U-shaped duodenum. So that opening is, that opening where it is opened with the duodenum, where that opening is guarded by, which is regulated by that flow of that secretions, that juices, namely the pancreatic and bile juice, which are regulated by a sphincter. A sphincter, so which is located here, where it opens, where it communicates with the duodenum, where it possesses a sphincter muscle. Sphincter muscle, it is an elastic muscle, it is capable of contraction and relaxation. Contraction and relaxation. So that regulate that flow of the substances, that flow of that juices, okay, into the duodenum, That a sphincter is that. Sphincter. What is the name of the sphincter? See, these are the sphincter of Oddi. That sphincter of Oddi. Okay, sphincter of Oddi, that name of that sphincter muscle, so which is located in the opening of the hepatopancreatic duct. So one more point of view, important, or maybe 2 marks. So what is a sphincter of Oddi? Sphincter of Oddi. Okay, it's nothing but it's a sphincter which is located in that opening of the hepatopancreatic duct. So that regulate the flow of the substances. Okay. That important 5 marks question, liver alone. I have to draw this and write these terminologies. And one more is that that liver, it has the unique capacity by which it regenerates its cells. When compared to the other organs, okay, this liver, so that regenerates its lost cells. Okay, if you take brain, heart, lungs, it cannot regenerate the lost cells. For some extent only it can able to regenerate. But here the liver, it replaces its damaged cells. Okay, that's why it is a transplantation of the liver is possible. Okay, that healthy, someone's liver is damaged, so gets damaged from the healthy donor, that liver is get transplanted, and so there is some piece which is introduced, and this will grow into new cells that regenerate. Okay, that produces the healthy cells, and that produces the normal function. That is possible because that cells regenerate, திரும்ப create ஆகும். And the capacity liver cells it takes 3 to 4 weeks to regenerate. It will take 3 to 4 weeks, and this is very important. Next slide is very important. This is the other functions of the liver, right? So what apart from the mainly, it is the exocrine gland, it is a digestive gland that secrete the bile juice. Apart from secretion of the bile juice, it also performs certain functions. What are they? It destroys the aging and defective blood cells. It destroys the aging and defective blood cells. Lifespan of the RBC is 120 days. After 120 days, so that RBCs that taken to the liver, where it is get destroyed. That's why the liver, which is known as called, it's a graveyard for RBCs. So which are called a graveyard for RBC. Okay. Then next is excess of glucose. Excess of glucose is converted into glycogen by the hormone insulin and stored in the liver. That excess glucose which is converted into that glycogen. Glycogen is a stored product, like how the plant excess of glucose in plants is stored in the form of starch. Starch is the stored product in the plants. In our body that glycogen, it's like starch, it is a polysaccharide. So excess glucose which is stored in the form of glycogen. Also very important, it stores the fat soluble vitamins and iron. So usually, so in our body, the fat and carbohydrates only can be stored. If you consume excess of fat, excess of carbohydrate, so that carbohydrate, that glucose which is converted into that complex sugar, namely that glycogen, and stored, we can use for future. Okay, it can be used for future. Okay, if sometime if you are not having food, if you are in fasting, so that stored, that glycogen which is converted into glucose and gives energy, But only that fat and the glucose, the carbohydrate can be stored. Protein cannot be stored. If you consume more protein, your body takes only the necessary quantities, how much it needed, that only that takes from the food. Rest of the things it excrete through the feces. Similarly, vitamins and minerals, you have to consume how much you needed. If you take extra vitamins, extra minerals, that cannot be stored for future, it will be sent out. But some of the vitamin, it can be stored. This is important hot areas, objectives type asked in the competitive exams. Hottest question, higher order thinking. Some fat soluble vitamins, that is for some time that is stored in the liver, fat soluble vitamins, and so mineral like iron can be stored. Okay, fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K. A, D, E, K is the fat soluble vitamins, and this is very important. Detoxify the toxic substances. Detoxify. Toxin, poison. Toxin means poison. Detoxifies means that reduce that poisonous nature. விஷம் இல்லாம ஆக்குறது, விஷம் முறிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லைங்களா? ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி. அப்போ விஷம் குடிக்கலாமா? நோ. Suppose unfortunately, unknowingly, if we consume along with the food, that food may get poison. It may be contaminated. Many small amount, little amount of the poison may be, that is, even now we are consuming the food and fruits, vegetables, and that food grinds which contain some toxic substances, which we spray to kill the insect and pest, that is remain, that is deposited in the fruits and vegetables, even the food grinds when we eat, that goes inside, the toxic substances. So such a type of toxins are detoxified by the liver. For certain extent, kanna, appo yen disease varudhella kekka kudadu. For certain extent, okay, some amount of poisons, if we unknowingly consume, that detoxifies, விஷம் இல்லாம ஆகிறது. Opposite, toxic opposite detoxin. Okay, அது மாதிரி ஆகும். And also that synthesis of the non-essential amino acids and urea. Synthesis of non-essential amino acid and urea. Actually, that metabolic waste product generated is ammonia. Ammonia is highly toxic. It should be, it has to be removed then and there. So there is a loss of water. So in order to conserve the water, that is ammonia is converted into urea in the liver. This is urinary, that is excretory system, we will discuss in detail. So the urea will convert agum, so that urea can be retained. So in the body long time. It is less toxic when compared to ammonia. So and the biosynthesis of urea liver la nadakum. Appo non-essential amino acids. Amino acids, you know, that is the building blocks of the protein. Building blocks of the protein are called amino acids. Theriyum. Adina non-essential amino acids. தேவையில்லாத amino acid. No. அது ரொம்ப தேவையான amino acid. Amino acids are very essential for the synthesis of protein. என்ன protein என்றீங்க? Protein that perform many functions. That protein, some of the proteins which are body building, some of the proteins that helpful for the synthesis of the hormones and enzymes. Hormones and enzymes are proteinaceous in nature. Adukku protein venum. Protein, it is synthesized from the amino acids. Appo amino acids, there are two types of amino acids, essential and non-essential amino acids. Non-essential, that means essential and non-essential, that means essential amino acids, you along with the food you need, you have to consume along with the food. Okay, that are called essential amino acids. That body cannot be synthesized. So it is essential to consume. You have to consume along with the food is called essential amino acid. But non-essential amino acids are, you need not consume along with the food. நீ அதை பத்தி கவலைப்பட வேணாம். Your body can synthesis. அப்படின்னா பார்த்துக்கோங்க, அதுதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். Okay, அதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். I said already that the hormones and the enzymes are the proteinaceous in nature. Protein, அதுக்கு protein வேணும். protein amino acids ல இருந்து. அப்ப non essential amino acids you need not consumed along with the food. Our body synthesis அப்ப அது ரொம்ப essential, vital. That are called non-essential amino acids. That non-essential amino acids that is produced by the liver. So these are the other functions apart from the digestive secretion of the digestive juice, namely the bile. So these are the other functions. It may be asked, very important. What are the other functions? Okay, I hope you all understood. The next organ is the liver over. The next organ is the pancreas. Pancreas, so which is the second largest. The pancreas, which is the second largest exocrine gland. Second largest exocrine. It is yellow colored. See, listen, leaf shaped, yellow colored. So which is where it is located where it is below the stomach. Okay, so below the stomach. And in between that C-shaped the duodenum, that in between the C-shaped, so this is the duodenum, that initial, the starting point of the small intestine. Okay, here it is located, it is yellowish, leaf-shaped, second largest, below the stomach, that is this is stomach, below the stomach, and in between the that U-shaped, in between the U-shaped duodenum. So that in between the two arms, okay, it is located, and this is very important, that pancreas is basically it is exocrine, you know, ducted. See, listen, there is a duct, you can see clearly the duct or the pancreatic duct, so that carry the secretion, that pancreatic juice, that pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice, right, that pancreatic juice which are taken, which are transported, that is carried by the pancreatic duct and pour into the duodenum, see here it is a basically it is a 100% it is a exocrine gland, and very important, the patches of, see, listen, that blue color, some patches of endocrine cells are there, some patches of endocrine cells are there, that are called islets of Langerhans. Islet means patches, like island, okay, and distributed like island, that is islets of, it is island, it's nothing but island, anganga abbe theivu mari, anganga abbe distribute aayirukudhu. Okay, so in the that exocrine pancreas, that are the endocrine cells, that are called islets of Langerhans. That produces hormones, that we will discuss later, and exocrine, that pancreas, it is as you know, it is second largest exocrine, so that secrete the pancreatic juice, pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice. So what are the enzymes? That pancreatic juice, which is the major digestive juice, that contain many enzymes. So what are the enzymes present in the pancreatic juice? So listen, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, that you have to add the prefix pancreatic. Why you are adding pancreatic? Because that amylase, salivary, that is buccal cavity, that saliva also contain the amylase, that is salivary amylase. Here that the pancreas also produce, that's why you have to add the prefix pancreatic amylase, trypsin, pancreatic lipase, that amylase act upon the starch, lipase act upon the lipid, okay, and trypsin, chymotrypsin, other enzymes, trypsin, chymotrypsin. So these are the enzymes produced by the pancreas, exocrine pancreas, right? That hormone, name the hormones, maybe the 2 marks question, name the enzymes, produced by the pancreas, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, trypsin, chymotrypsin, or the that enzymes produced by the pancreas. Pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice. That endocrine cells that are found are called islets of Langerhans, right? It's the islets of Langerhans, that endocrine cells, that patches of endocrine cells, that bluish. So that are called islets of Langerhans. So that contain two, that is made up of, that consists of the two types of cells, alpha cell and beta cell. It contains two types of cells, alpha and beta, alpha cell and beta cells. So we are talking about the endocrine nature of the pancreas, that islets of Langerhans, which consist of alpha and beta. Alpha cells secrete a hormone that is called glucagon. Alpha cells secrete hormone hormone called glucagon, and beta cells secrete a hormone that is called insulin. So both this glucagon and insulin, so which are very essential to maintain the glucose level in the blood, that glucose level in the blood. If anyone hormone which is that secretion is increased or decreased, hyper secretion or hyposecretion of any one of these hormones, that leads to a problem that is called what? Diabetes mellitus, sugar. Diabetic nu sollamla, sugar, chakarai vandarum. Okay, this is the pancreas. Okay, up to this, all that glands, the digestive glands are completed. Okay, digestive glands which are completed, and next topic is that function, their function. Okay, digestion, how by using this digestive enzyme, how the food is digested, so that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, I hope you all understood. Thank you very much. Thank you, bye bye. We will meet in the next session.